Hello Bakugan Brawlers and welcome to another Bakugan video. Today I'm going to be going over the evolution of Hydranoid. As all of you know, Hydranoid is a very popular Bakugan, so I'll be reviewing and showcasing each one of the Hydranoid evolution and give a bit more information and facts about it in the anime and in the toy line also. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. First up, we have here the single head Hydranoid, or just called Hydranoid. Hydranoid is a dragon-like beast that walks on his 4 legs. His main attribute is darkest and is partnered with Masquerade. At the early stages of the anime, Hydranoid is considered the strongest Bakugan at that time. Therefore, Masquerade searched to find Hydranoid in order to have more power to cause chaos and send more Bakugan to the Doom Dimension. In the toy form, Hydranoid was released not in the first season, but during the second season, bakuganneuvestroia. The reasons is not clear, but there are few speculation is that Hydranoid's toy form was not yet created during the first season. They had to postpone it to the next Bakugan season release, which was Neuvestroia. Hydranoid was found only in 2 types of pack, which was the Hydranoid Evolution pack and the Baku Legacy pack during the final season bakuganmechtaniumsurge. He is also available in 2 attributes, both of them being only in translucent, which is darkest and Pyrus. In the ball form, you can see Hydranoid's head with the spikes, very iconic like Bakugan, with the 2 red eyes in the front. This goes all the way back to his tail, similar designs too. The side of his body features the place where his legs gonna come out. This is his attribute on one side and this is the other side. And in the bottom you can see his feet and the magnet over there, and the top is pretty plain as well. Now this is Hydranoid in the open form. His manual parts are his legs, his 3 of his horns on his head, and this tiny tail extension is really hard to open on mine, so I would not risk damaging this Bakugan, so I'll just leave it like that. But other than that, this is Hydranoid in his fully open form. The darkest version has 500, while the Pyrus version has 530 Gs. So in the open form, this is a really cool Bakugan, especially for a season 1 like Bakugan. You see his face with huge teeth and massive jaw, which looks really cool. His neck has more painted detail, which I like, which is blue color, while the inside is pretty plain. He has 2 extra legs, and this is his tail also in his back. Next up, we have Dual Hydranoid. Dual Hydranoid is the second evolution of Hydranoid, where he evolved to get an extra head, second tail, stand on 2 legs, and gets a huge chainsaw-like blade in the middle of his body, which can cause a lot of damage to his opponents. The reason of Hydranoid evolving to Dual Hydranoid is because Masquerade has defeated and sent all of his former comrades Bakugan to the Doom Dimension, which gave the power of Hydranoid to evolve to Dual Hydranoid. Dual Hydranoid was the first Hydranoid toy form that was released. As you can see, I have here a B1 version. This is the darkest reverse treatment, or you could say Baku flip treatment, where you could see the purple being the primary color. So since this was the first Hydranoid released in the toy line, everyone would believe this would be the first and only Hydranoid released in the toy line. So since this is available in B1 and B2, the B2 version unfortunately does not have the metal ring around it. So you could see there's some nice patterns on both of his sides where his head is supposed to be, and the iconic metal ring around his body with a cutout of where this magnet is supposed to be. And other than that, you could say this is a very common and a very iconic Bakugan too. In the open form, Dual Hydranoid reveals both of his heads, their mouths are movable, and both of his legs just flop out as there's no springs to hold it in place. And this is the only Hydranoid in the toy form which does not have any manual parts. So a very simple design for Dual Hydranoid. Dual Hydranoid's printed G power is printed on the side, which is 580 Gs. And other than that, this is a really cool Bakugan. I really like to use him in battles, as the metal ring in the center that goes around his body really helps him roll very nice and straight in the arena. Next up, we have Alpha Hydranoid. Alpha Hydranoid is the third and final evolution of the Hydranoid line. Alpha Hydranoid gets a bigger and more deadly saw on his body, a third head, third tail, and a set of powerful wings. Dual Hydranoid was able to evolve to Alpha Hydranoid after brawling with Exedra. Alpha Hydranoid was also the only Hydranoid evolution when Alice used him in brawls, and was her brawling partner. Also did appear in the second season bakugannemechtanimsurge, and he also has a short appearance in the fourth season bakuganmechtaniumsurge. Alpha Hydranoid in the toy form has a similar story as single-headed Hydranoid, as they both were released during the second season bakugannewvestroia timeline. Alpha Hydranoid is also considered a special attack Bakugan because of the heavy metal ring that goes around his body. This makes Alpha Hydranoid very good for spin rolls and curves because keeping his bottom magnet on the ground always. In the ball form, Alpha Hydranoid has nice patterns on his side of his head, as both of this are his second and third head, while his first head has this huge horn on the front. On the side you could see some more patterns where his arms are supposed to be, his metal ring that goes around him, and the bottom has few more triangular design. This is his feet, and there is his attribute symbol. In the open form, Alpha Hydranoid has a few manual parts, being the horn on his main head and both of his feet. When opened, you could see the chainsaw-like blade on the front of his body, which is very cool looking. And also his second and third head unfortunately does not have a lot of design, just giving two mouths which kind of resemble a head, and both of his arms flop out to the side as well. And his head has a few more details with a colored tongue, you could say, or the bottom of his jaw, and blue eyes. And this is his back, pretty simple. This is the Sega Toys version, so his printed G power 380 Gs, which is pretty weak compared to the Spin Master version. Alright guys, we've come to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and share for more awesome Bakugan content. See you in the next Bakugan video.